Hi guys, how are you? By now everybody know who I am, and I'm your host Samir Haki with a next review, a different review, this time of a very different airline. As you can see, I have a box here of Geminijets 200 with the Caribbean Airline 737 Max. So this time I'm going to start off by showing you the box. It's a very nice box, very sturdy, as you can see. Very nice print of Caribbean 737 Max with the airline's name on it. The titles Gemini 200 is on it for the 200 scale, and it says Boeing 737 Max 8. As you can see, the box opens very nicely, very differently. Like, I really like the approach. This is more like a jeweler's box, and on the side it also shows the aircraft, its scale, item number, and the type of the aircraft. On the back it's just the usual Geminijets information that you see pretty much on all their models. This model is available at Threshold Hobbies for 110 Canadian dollars 95 cents, and it's a very nice model. As you can see, the model is sitting right here. I will actually zoom into the model so you guys can see the model by moving my camera a bit. Sorry, I have to adjust it. A lot of people have given me the feedback that I should just only focus on the model and not on myself, basically. And that's what I'm going to try to do it here this time, because pretty much everybody knows who I am by now. And so I'm starting something new. While you're looking at this model here, I'm just going to see if I can zoom it a little bit for you. I'm going to read you the history of Caribbean. Caribbean started as British West Indies Airlines, also known as BD. It's a national airline of Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean destinations. The main destination for this airline is US, Canada, and UK. It's the largest airline for Caribbean islands. It was founded back in 27th November 1939. Operations started on 27th November 1940. There's an interesting part about this airline. When I'm going to talk to you about the details, going back in the history, the operation where the airline started, compared to the founded, there's a difference of a year, and similar when it ceased and restarted. Like, you will find this very interesting, and I'm sure a lot of people don't know about this. So when the operation started on 27th November 1940, airline started with DC-3s, then in the 50s they had DC-6s, DC-4s. Then as the airlines progressed, it went into the jet age. They had 720s, 722s, 707-100, 707-200, which is actually a rare aircraft. Then coming into the 60s and 70s, wide body aircraft started coming in 70s. They had 747. You go through their history on Wikipedia and you will see such an interesting line of different aircraft they had over the years. It's unbelievable. It's like PIA. PIA, when it started, they started off with the DC-3s and Convairs, which were inducted from Orient Airways into PIA in 1954. When it was founded in 1955, it started, and in 1955 PIA ordered Constellations, three of them actually, which were the C models, Super Constellation C models. So anyways, going back to this, so the as the airline progressed over the year. Unfortunately, it ceased its operations on 31st of December 2006. Then on January 1st, 2007, the airline became Caribbean. As you can see, on this model here, it says Caribbean. So it wasn't BWIA, BV anymore. It turned, the name changed, the branding changed, and it became Caribbean Airlines. And then the interesting part about the Caribbean Airlines is it's 50% private investors, 35% government of Trinidad and Tobago is in it, and 15% is owned by the employees. So this is very interesting that 50% is owned by private investors, 15% is owned by the employees, and 35% by the government. And I find this very fascinating. Between 1980 and 2004, they had 5 Lockheed L-1011s, 500 series, and when I joined the Pearson Airport as an aircraft refueler back in 98, I remember refueling BV's L-1011 500 on Terminal 1, the original Terminal 1, not the one that's there right now. It used to come every day, and I did refuel it quite a few times. So coming back to the Maxes, airlines started their fleet, after 737, the 800, they went to 737-8 Max. They also have an A340-300. So for the fleet of the airline, in 2000s, they started flying the 737-800 next generation aircraft. They had 7 of them. Then with that, they also had 2 A340-300s, which they used to send to further destinations. Then earlier this year, on 14th of January 2022, which is this year's, we are in November, very first Max came into the service, which is this model right here, and the aircraft did its first flight on 14th January from Piraco International Airport to Kingston, Jamaica, and the aircraft was 9YCAL. And if you look at this registration right here, it's the replica of the same aircraft, the very first aircraft. So now we switch to the aircraft part of it, the models part of it. First it was the history, now it's the model. So I'm going to show you this model. Now this is a Geminijets model. I'm going to try to bring it as close as possible to show you this airplane in detail. Just look at that. It's a beautiful replica of the 737 Max. You can see quite a bit detail in it. You can see the pitot tubes just behind the radome. The cockpit windows have the windshield wipers. Landing gears, doors are detailed. Nose landing gear is pretty detailed. Look at the door. All the detail of the door is on this model here, which is phenomenal. When I take it to the side, you can see the static port. You can see the forward cargo hold door, which is right there, as well as the antenna and the bottom. Coming on the top where it says Caribbean, above Caribbean, you see 4 marks, which is a cutout marks for indication for in case if the aircraft crashes, you can cut the fuselage in those areas and get the passengers out. You can see the anti-collision beacon is there, the other antenna, as well as the emergency exits on the wings. And so is this section right here, which is just for the maintenance to go over, so nobody else can walk in that area. So that's very nice, very nice. And I mean, coming back to the fuselage, You can see the registration number, you can see the type of aircraft, again the emergency cutouts, this set of antennas, the aft or the back passenger baggage door for the cargo compartment. The detail on the aft door is very nice. You can also see a window, one of the windows closed, you can see it's cut out. And then going back, you can see a tail skid right there underneath, which is molded in, which is very nice. Actually, I really like that part of it. And look at the hummingbird. The hummingbird is beautiful. It's very nicely done, and the colors are spot on, guys. Like I'll share you the pictures. Like you can see the colors right now, and I'll share pictures of the actual aircraft, and you can see how close the match is. The tail cone is the Max's tail cone, the newer style with the pointed tail cone, and that's very nice too. I mean, I am really liking this model. The other thing that I want to show you about the landing gear, like you can see the chevrons in the back of the engine, so that's very nice. And these are molded in, these are not just like decals or anything, these are molded in. The landing gears are very interesting because when I pull this out, this gear out for you guys to see, hang on a second, it comes out with this black part, the black section, and this black section is indicating when the gears are down. There's no landing gear doors on the 737s. These aircrafts are not designed with it, so this insert fills that area of the of where the fuel pumps and all those hydraulics are. And that's very neat, because I have another set of pieces for it where the gears are closed for in-flight, and you can see the outer part of the wheel molded into that, and this door actually is closed all the way through. So I really like that feature. That's really nice. Geminijets, you guys did an amazing job there, Dan. Then you can also see the scimitar winglets, like two of them. One is coming down, the other one is going up, and the whole idea of it is to eliminate the horizontal tornado, which is caused by vortices. Because what happens when the air comes off from the wing and it goes down, and the air from the down underneath the wing is coming up, it creates a vertical volcano which goes back, which creates vortices, and it causes the smaller aircraft problems, and smaller aircraft can lose their controls. So, and that induces drag also. So these devices are aerodynamically designed to eliminate the vortices as well as save the fuel, because when there's no drag, the drag is eliminated. That's saving the fuel. Every time there's a drag aspect on the aircraft, it's actually airplane is burning more fuel. So to save the fuel and also to eliminate the vortices, these devices are designed, and these are called scimitar winglets. These are only on 737 Maxes in this style. Like you can see it. I'm just showing you again, trying to zoom it so you guys can see it. So there you go, there it is for you guys. And overall, it's a very nice model, beautiful model actually. The very nice is not even the word, it's beautiful model. And for the longest time I was not collecting Geminijets because I didn't like their finishing. I found some orange peel effect, or the paint finish was just not right. But this particular model I got from Threshold Aviation for the review purposes, and I'm actually liking it because it's almost as good as in-flight model or JC Wings model. So Geminijets, you guys have come a long way. Thumbs up to you guys for that. So So there you go, guys. Here's my review for Caribbean 737-8 Max, and I will see you guys for the next review. And by the way, the next review is this airplane right here, if you guys can see. It's gonna be on this guy right there. So that's the Air Canada's 787 Dreamliner 900 with a Go Canada Gold special livery on it from last year's Winter Olympics. So stay tuned for that review. It will be up next week. Until then, take care. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.